Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be exploring Stackable's countdown block in WordPress. This is a mini-series on taking a look at Stackable's blocks one by one. To get started, let's go ahead and make a brand new blank page and explore this block on its own. So there's a couple ways to do this. The first one is to be on your website and be logged in. You'll have this top toolbar. Hover over New and click on Page. Alternatively, if you've logged in and ended up on your dashboard, head over to your left-hand side panel and hover down to Pages and click on Add New Page. This is going to take us to the WordPress block editor and create for us a brand new blank page. Once we're here, just a few housekeeping things before we get started. If this right-hand sidebar isn't here, there's a button beside Publish called Settings. Just click on that. And this is where all of the parameters that we will toggle and configure for the block will appear. Next, let's give our page a title. Just to keep things organized, and last but not least, let's add the block itself. There's a blue button here on the top left corner. Click on that. You can either scroll down to find it or search for it. But good thing, Stackable is on top of this for us. We don't have to scroll down too far. We found Countdown right here. Let's drag and drop this into our workspace. Okay, perfect. We can close this now to give ourselves some more room to work with. And let's explore this block. So our parent block is Countdown. And let's go through the settings one by one. So we have our layout here. We can put it left, middle, right, or keep it on default. I'll keep it on default here. We can adjust our paddings and our margins, and we can add a container to these just to make it look more interesting. Next, let's go into style. So we have our general settings here. There's a couple ways to do this. First, let's start with due date. So we can end it on let's say 5:04 p.m. on March 18th. Today is March 14th, and that's in 3 days, 19 hours, and so on and so forth. If we wanted to change the date that it ends on, we can simply do this. Tomorrow is the 15th, so there's only 19 hours. The 16th, we can put in the 25th, or we can go over onto the calendar on July 17th, and that's 124 days away, right? And which time zone are we going to use? And what happens after the block expires? Well, the countdown expires. You can either hide it or display a message, right? You can enable double digits. We can change the box gap. We can enable the top margin. We can change the label top margin, that is, excuse me. And before we continue any further, let's go ahead and take a look first at recurring. And start date is every, well, let's say today. Okay, 14th. Today is the 14th. Today's the 14th. And it's going to take, let's say, in 20 days, we will have a grand sale, right? And then we can change how many after how many hours it restarts. And let's say we have like a weekly drop of loot of merch, and you can enable double digits if we wanted to, and that's going to be great. Okay, so let's go ahead and just stick with this. Let's stick with this for the meantime. We'll keep it running. Let's take a look at our other options here. We have digits, right? We can change the typography of our digits. We can change it to something else. Okay, very nice. We can change the line height, letter spacing. We can change the color, right? You can change the size. And then labels, we can enable or disable these. Okay, and then we can change the language, right? If we wanted to, we don't have to do that. And then we can change the typography for these as well. And we can change the text color as well. We can add a separator between them. And we can choose to just make it a line. The colons are fine, and let's make them blue. Okay, we can add a background to this whole thing, just to keep it nice and pretty. We can add borders and shadows. Let's put a border radius onto this. Container background, we can add We can change the colors for each one of these inside in particular, and we can add a border radius. Okay. Now, going back to due date, let's say our due date is on the 19th, and we have action expiration. Let's say 4 days is up. Okay, we will have this tab show up called expired message. Let's call it, right, and then we can have it be HTML tag 2 typography, and then the text color is going to be red. Okay, and just as an example, let's go put the due date on the day that's already passed, and it's 000. To preview this, let's go ahead and view in a new tab, a preview in a new tab that is, and we will see that for a brief moment the countdown appears, but it is replaced by the expiring message. Yep, and there we go. It's so over. Alternatively, we can just have it display on something else. So let's go ahead and just put this over here, and that is our expiring message. And last but not least, we have our advanced settings, such as our general settings, our hard position settings, custom attributes, which are HTML. We can hide this on desktop, tablet, and our mobile, and our advanced settings, such as HTML anchor and additional CSS classes. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this countdown actually looks like on our website once we save it and publish it. With that saved, let's click on View Page, close this up, and here is our stackable countdown block in WordPress. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Show this kind of video to other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.